All right, let's get going here. Welcome back, even though I don't think back is the term I should probably be using, but hopefully you guys took my advice, got some rest over the break, got away from math for a little bit, and now we're back at it. I'm not going against my word, still sticking to teach one day, practice the next, and so on. All right, it's not that difficult, I don't think. All right, if you got a semi work ethic, you're doing okay in this class. The Wednesday before we left for break, you guys remember you guys took a quiz for me. That quiz is graded already. It's on Aspen. I just can't give it back to you yet because I still have 4 people in my period 2 class that still need to take it. So once they take it by Wednesday, I'll release it back and you guys can see what you did on it. With that being said, we are going to start a new unit today, and unfortunately you're not in class to get the packet. So for today anyway, you're going to have to go to Classroom, download the packet, and take the notes. All right, it's not an optional thing. You're going to take the notes today. All right, just because it's on your Chromebook, you still got to take the notes. What I did for you, though, is at the front entrance of the high school, if anybody is interested, at the front entrance of the high school are actual paper packets. You could just swing by, ring the doorbell to the front door. They'll buzz you in. I need a packet for Mr. Carlino's probability. They'll give it to you. You're on your way. So anybody of you guys want an actual packet, they're all up on the front entrance for you. Okay, because I know a lot of you guys like taking the notes on actual paper, and I respect that. I'm the same way. All right, but for today anyway, and tomorrow, you're going to have to do it all on your Chromebook for me for today's notes and tomorrow's assignment. All right, guys? So that's the deal. Some of you guys that like to plan ahead and write things down that are what's coming up, I can tell you when the quizzes will be this unit. First quiz will be next Friday, January 15th, for those that are interested in that. And the last quiz will be Tuesday, the 26th of January. And I'm still sticking to my word there, too. No unit tests. No unit tests until I have to. And I don't have to yet. So it's going to be just quizzes. All right, just quizzes to get you guys by. Any questions you guys have about the class here? I still don't have any updates on the Regents exam, if we're going to have to take it in June or not. When I do, I'll let you know. But for now, we're going one day at a time. Day of teaching, day of practice. And hopefully you guys are okay with that. It seems like many of you guys are perfectly fine with that. Some of you guys, I just got to give you a kick in the butt to get going and get out of that laziness habit some of you are in, but we'll get there. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a minute or two right now, if you haven't, to download the Unit 5 packet off of Classroom. It says probability on it. And I'll give you a minute or two here to get yourself squared away, get into Cami if you need it, print it out if you need it. And we'll get going here on day 1 in a second. So just get yourself organized, and again, have a calculator next to you. All right, guys, what do you say? Some teaching days will be longer than others. I ended up with 10, 15 minutes early. We ended class second period, so probably expect the same out of you guys here. This unit is brand new. All right, and no more sine and cosine. We're done. We're done for the year with sine and cosine. We're jumping into probabilities, which you should have seen probably in the middle school, probably from your Algebra 1 days as a freshman. All right, so you know what I'm talking about when I say probability. A couple of quick reviews of what you'll see this unit. When you answer a question for me in this unit, it could be as a fraction, could be as a decimal between 0 and 1. So we could get an answer of 1/4, or we could get an answer of 0.25. Both are acceptable answers in probability. You could also leave your answer or see your answer as a percent. So in this case, 25%, something between 1 and 100. When you are working, most of ours will probably be a fraction. Just letting you guys know. Most of our answers will probably be fractions. And those fractions, if you can see my little timeline down below here, most of those fractions will be anywhere from between 0 and 1. A probability of 0 means that thing ain't happening. There is no shot that that is possible. For instance, here's an example of something that have a probability of 0. Most of you guys are familiar with a 6-sided die. If I roll a die, what are the chances, the probability I get an 8 on it? That's not happening, is it? Because I only got 1 through 6. So that would be a probability of 0, getting an 8 on a roll of a die. All the way to 1. You could get a probability of 1. Nothing higher than 1. 1 is as high as it goes. And that is something that will happen. It is certain to happen. So go back to the die example. What would be the probability I roll a number less than 7? It's going to happen, right? Because my numbers are 1 through 6. So that would be a probability of 1. Okay? Nothing bigger, nothing smaller. Never tell me the probability is equal to 2. The probability is equal to -3. It's gotta be between 0 and 1. Gotta be between those two. Nothing on the outside. All right, let's do it. Some basic probability today. That's all I'm doing. You guys should be just rolling through these. Basic probability. Find the probability. I'm going to roll a 6-sided die. I'm hoping you guys are familiar with the 6-sided die. Rolling a 1 or a 5. What's the probability I roll a 1 or a 5? And we're always going to keep our answers as fractions unless we need to change it to a decimal or a percent. We're going to stick with fractions. All right, so I'm going to need the help from somebody here. What number should go on top and what number should go on the bottom? So slow review here. 1 through 100, and it picked 4. Nick, here we go. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
All right, I want to roll a 1 or a 5. How many possibilities is that, Nick?
2.
2, so that goes on top. The number of ways you can do it. 2 ways. You're pretty familiar with the 6-sided die, Nick. How many choices do I have? 2 out of?
6.
6, there you go. So there's a 2 out of 6 chance of rolling a 1 or a 5. One thing I am going to be picky about is if you can reduce it, please reduce it. Okay? 2 6 is an acceptable answer. Yes, it is. I would like you to reduce it, though, if you could. Quick review, because I know you guys know this is 1/3. I don't need to ask you guys that. But using your calculator, quick review on how to use your calculator to reduce. So say you didn't know what 2 6 reduced down to. So I get up a fraction template, alpha, y equals, and I just type in the fraction I want to reduce. So we had 2 6. It'll reduce it for you, 1/3. You don't even have to think about it, guys. Okay, so please reduce any fraction that's possible. All right, how about an even number now? Probability. Oh, I should go over this first. Symbols. P, capital P, that means probability of. Okay, that's my symbol, capital P. That means find the probability of an even number now, an even number. So a little help, I'll go back. What? I keep doing one job. There we go. Now we're back in business. I just got to find my cheat sheet here. Here we go. Caroline, can you wait? Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning.
How was your break?
It was kind of boring, but that's okay. It was relaxing.
That's what's important. How many choices do I have for even numbers on a die?
3.
3 out of how many total outcomes?
6.
There you go. 3 out of 6, or what's 3 out of 6 reduced down to?
1/2.
There you go. I'd like both answers there, please. 3 out of 6 or 1/2. And I'm going to show you why I'm so picky that you have to reduce here. You'll see why coming up. Any questions on rolling the die before I get to another basic probability here? Okay. Golf balls. 3 yellow, 4 white, 1 red. We're going to choose one without looking. What's the probability it's going to be yellow? Let's do this. 9 spot. Hunter, here we go. How many yellows do I have here? Oh, boy.
1 second.
Oh, yeah. 1 second, he says.
Gotta scroll.
How many yellows?
One and three. Or wait.
Regroup. Regroup.
No, wait. Three, four.
You're rattled. Regroup. 3 yellows out of how many golf balls?
Oh, it is 3 out of 8.
There you go. All right, we're back. We're back now. Everyone all right? 3 yellow out of 8 total. No need to reduce because I can't. All right, let's go reds now with me. Reds. Boom, top, Bassett. Good morning.
Morning.
How many reds, Bassett?
One red.
1 red out of how many golf balls?
8.
8, still 8. Yep, 1 out of 8. Not too bad. Do I throw a little wrinkle in there? Sure, look at C now. What about not red? What's the probability you pick a golf ball that's not red out of this? What do we got? Box? Okay, there you go. Not red. Oh, here we go. Kid, how many are not red?
7 out of 8.
7 out of 8. There you go. And then what's the chances or probability I pick a green golf ball out? Green golf ball. Good morning, Ella. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. What's the chances I get a green out of here, Ella?
0.
Yeah.
8 would just be 0.
Yep, 0. That's what I was talking about before. No chance. Impossible that I pick a green out of there because there is none. Everyone good? All right, now you see a table now. Types of juices and how many we sold. Marcel's going to pick one at random. What's the probability he bought orange or grapefruit? Now, when you guys have a table, you got to use the numbers in the table because sometimes kids get a little tricky and they'll go, oh, wait a second. There's 5 juices and 2 of them are orange and grapefruit. It's 2 out of 5. I'm done. No. You got to use the numbers in the table to find out the probability. It's not 2 out of 5 here. All right? Based on the data. So use the numbers here. So, yep, get your calc ready. Orange and grapefruit juice. How many did they sell? Orange and grapefruit. How many did they sell? Ella, going back to you. How many grapefruit and orange did they sell?
25.
There you go. Good job. And if you want to keep going for me, Ella, out of how many total juices? So now I got to add up all of them.
Okay. 40.
Here you go, 25 out of 40. And here is exactly why I'm a stickler about reducing. 25 out of 40 is not going to be a choice. All right, that's why I got to go back. If you guys want to go to your calculator now and reduce 25 over 40, go ahead. Or if you can do it without it, do it too. You guys will find that it's 5 out of 8. So that is why even if it doesn't ask, I don't care. I just want you guys to keep reducing. Because that's how all the multiple choice questions will be. It'll be a reduced answer. Questions there, comments, concerns before I go into something totally different. So if there is a table, use the numbers from the table. Nothing? All right, what do you say we flip a coin? Let's flip it 3 times. All right, so I'm going to flip a coin 3 times, write down the results. So you guys see one result right here, HHT. So my first flip, I got a head. Second flip, I got a head. And then the last one, I got a tail. So that's what HHT means. And there's all different possibilities. All right, we'll write down all the possibilities in a second. Before we do that, though, and can somebody let me know, tree diagram? Tree diagram, does it sound familiar? Because it depends how fast I go here. Okay, good talk. All right, we're going to list all the outcomes using a tree diagram. And I'm going to go slow here. Sorry if it's too slow for some of you. All right, tree diagram. So the first, we grab coin number 1, we flip it. Boom, we flip it. What are my choices for flip 1? That coin could land on what or what here? 8, there we go. Colin, what could be my choice for my first flip?
For the coin.
Yeah, I flip the coin. It could be a what or a what?
Heads or tails.
Okay, so everyone, my first part of my tree diagram, the first flip could be a head or a tail. Okay, that right there is one flip of the coin. Colin said you could get a head or you could get a tail. All right, let's keep going. Flip number 2. Boom. Sound effects are great. I know, just a little added bonus. 1, 4. Before I say anything, not here. Okay. 9. Here we go. Hunter, going back to you. Here you go, Hunter. Let's say, Hunter, you got a head on the first flip. What are your choices still for the second flip, Hunter?
Heads and tails.
Yeah, guys, hey, if I got a head on the first one, second flip could still either be a head or a tail. And Hunter, going back to you, one last question. Let's say I got a tail on the first flip, Hunter. What could still be my choices for the second coin?
Heads and tails.
There you go. So right here, guys, is a tree diagram for 2 flips. Here are all your choices for 2 flips. You ready for the third flip? Boom, you flip the third coin. 1, 2, here we go. Dan, going to you. Dan, let's say I got heads, heads. What could be the third flip?
The third flip could be tails, tails.
Oh, hold on. I'm saying I got a head on the first one, a head on the second one. The third one could still be what choices?
The third one could still be head
A head or a?
or a tail.
Everyone see that? Each flip, it's a head or a tail, and I need to show that every time. Still could be a head or a tail. Head or a tail. Head or a tail. So those are right there. There's a tree diagram for 3 flips of a coin. You want to do 4 flips? Okay. Every H and T at the bottom gets 2 more branches. Go ahead, questions? I'm just letting you guys soak it in. Questions? How many possibilities are there then before we write them all out? How many different ways can it come up after 3 flips? 3 ways, 10 ways, 12 ways? Use your tree diagram right now to figure out how many ways we could flip 3 coins. How many different outcomes are there? And I'll show you a quick way to do this. Ooh, 6. Mason, can you tell how many different ways to flip 3 coins there's going to be?
8 different ways.
Good job. 8. 8. And if you guys want a little quick, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 outcomes. You can always count the last row of your tree diagram. All right, count the last row of your tree diagram. That's one way to list out all the different ways it could happen. The other way is this ordered triple here that we're going to do. Because sometimes I'll give you guys the option. You can do a tree diagram or you can just list them out. So first person I'm going to call on, list out 4 different ways. So I'll take the first way. Heads, heads, heads. Heads, heads, heads. Remember, there's 8 of them I need, so I'm going to need somebody to do 3 more here for me. And use your tree diagram if you want. Everyone see how I got heads, heads, heads from reading the tree diagram. All right, give me 3 more possibilities, just so I know you guys are good here. Kean, go ahead. Give me 3 more possibilities.
Tails, tails, tails.
Oh, he's going deep. He took it. All right, go ahead.
Tails, heads, heads.
Yep.
And then tails, heads, tails.
Got it. All right, thank you. Ooh, I need somebody here now. Next one, you're going to have to give me the remaining 4. All right, look at what Kean just did. All right, you got it. Who's going to give me the other 4? 13. Sophia, go ahead. You got the other 4 here for me? Take your time so you know what we have and what we're missing.
Tails, tails, heads.
That's a good one. Yep. Go ahead.
Heads, tails, tails.
Heads. Yep, I don't have that one. Good.
Heads, tails, heads. And heads, heads, tails.
Good job. Good work. There you go. There you go, guys. So either way is acceptable in listing out all the outcomes. Tree diagram, which I like, or listing them all out. Okay? Now, all that hard work we just did, answer some questions now off of it. Let's answer some questions. What's the probability you get all heads? What's the fraction going to be here that you get all heads here? This is why we did the hard work. Here we go. Will, how many times did all heads occur? If you're trying to talk, Will, you're on mute. Okay. Go ahead. Chat it up then. Go ahead. How many times did all heads occur, Will? You just got to type in a number here for me. Yep, there you go. Out of, how many outcomes did we just figure out? 1 out of. There you go. We can get through this. Heck, if I got a sign language with you, Will, we'll do it that way. 1 out of 8. Exactly 2 heads now. Take your time, count them up. Bassett, here we go. Count them up. How many times did 2 heads occur? Exactly 2 heads.
2 out of 8.
2. You sure it's 2?
Or 3 out of 8.
Yep, 3. 3 out of 8. Because I had this one here on number 8, number 7, and number 3 here was 2 heads. And then the final one, all heads or all tails, guys. All heads or all tails. Kean, last time for you today. How many times did all heads or all tails occur?
Would it be like 1/4?
Okay, back up. Yeah, you're right, but back up for me. Where'd that 1/4 come from before you reduced?
What can happen 2 times out of 8?
Yep.
And then it reduces down to 1/4.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you. That's where that came from. 2 times out of 8, 1/4. Good work, guys. Excellent. Any questions here? Because we're still going to do another tree. One doesn't make us great. We got another tree diagram to end class today. Any questions here? Okay. Let's go to the carnival then. A little carnival action. Ring toss. So you win at ring toss. Oh, look at this. How about this prize bag? 2 sunglasses are in there. 3 necklaces. I'm sure those necklaces are just gorgeous, charming. And 1 keychain. That is a prize bag. Ready to go. John is the first to win. What's the probability he chooses the keychain? All right, take a look at the prize bag. What's the probability that John chooses the keychain out of that prize bag? There we go. Caroline. How many keychains, Caroline?
1 out of 6 prizes.
Good job. Would you have taken the keychain?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right, little different now for part B. He went with the sunglasses. John decided on the sunglasses. What's the probability the next winner picks a keychain then? So he took the sunglasses, he's going. Next winner on the ring toss, what are the chances they get a keychain? Ones. Liz, here we go. How many keychains are still in the bag?
0
Whoa, why 0?
or 1.
1, right? Because John didn't pick it. But now, Liz, it's not out of 6 anymore, is it?
5.
It's out of 5. Good. All right. Sunglasses are gone. 5 prizes left. Good, Liz. All good? Questions? Everyone all right, Kay, on how we went from 1/6 to 1/5, even though we're still talking keychain? All right, what do you say? Let's end this on a good note. A little pizza time. Different crust, regular, thin, and deep dish. We can argue what we would choose after, but those are our 3 choices. And I'm sorry, I just went with the generic toppings of pepperoni or sausage. All right, so why isn't pineapple up there? First of all, it'll never be up there. And second of all, stop being an embarrassment. Pineapple. Get out of here. All right, get out of here if you're going to tell me that. What about some anchovies, Mr. Carlin? No, get out of here. Okay, why don't you just put on pajama pants and go to the store? All right, because that's how much self-respect you have if you're trying to do anchovies on me. All right, guys? All right, let's do a tree diagram, our second one of the day. Tree diagram to show the possibilities of 1 crust and 1 topping. You guys can start with the crust or the topping. Doesn't matter for your first row of the tree diagram. Since crust came first, that's what I'm going to do for the first row. So instead of heads and tails, my first row is going to be regular. And how you guys write it is up to you. If you want to just keep it an R, if you want to do REG, if you want to write the whole word regular, whatever goes for you guys. So I could go regular, thin, or deep dish. And again, I could have put an S or a P for sausage and pepperoni if I started the tree diagram like that. All right, now let's go topping now. If I chose a regular crust, I still have a choice of sausage or pepperoni. Everyone okay why I'm branching off there with sausage and pepperoni? If I had a third choice, like say I had, I don't even know, chicken, grilled chicken, I know I'm embarrassing, grilled chicken, then I'd put a third branch off there instead. Okay? All right, let's just finish this up. If you went with thin crust, sausage, pepperoni still are your choices. You went deep dish, sausage, pepperoni. And again, the other acceptable way is starting with sausage and pepperoni and having 3 branches for each crust off of them. All right, how many outcomes do I have? How many different pizzas could I have? What has the 1 crust and 1 topping? How many different pizzas? Count them up. How many outcomes? 6. Mason, going to you. How many outcomes?
6 different.
Yep. And again, the quick way to do it, count your last row. Count your last row on your tree. Count up how many you have. 6 outcomes. Hey, guys, could I have come up with a quicker way to figure out 6 outcomes without doing a darn tree? Is there any way I could have come up with 6 outcomes without doing this darn tree or listing them out? Yes. Ready for the little quick trick? And you use this if you want. If not, that's fine. All right. I think it's very quick to show you the number of outcomes without doing a tree or listing them out. Watch. I need somebody to help me. 10. Caroline, going to you.
Yep.
How many different crust options did I have?
3.
3. With how many different toppings could I choose from?
2.
So, if you ever want to find how many outcomes, take how many options you have and always multiply them. Okay? Always multiply them. All right? That works. Real quickly before we move on and answer the last question, that would have worked the same way here. Watch. Remember, we got 8 outcomes. Watch how I can use this quick trick here. 1, 3. Sophia, ready? Flip number 1, Sophia. How many options could it land on?
Wait, what?
Right, I'm just going back to the flipping one here. Ready? You flip the first coin, Sophia. How many options do you have?
Oh, heads or tails.
2, right? Yeah. I flipped the second coin, Sophia. How many options do you have?
2.
Yeah, and then the third and final flip. How many options do I have?
2.
And there, good. And there you guys go. 2 times 2 times 2. You got a little 8 there. Okay, so that's how I also could have gotten 8 outcomes without listing everything out. Just multiply all the different options you have. All right. So let's end this. If you choose a pizza at random, what's the probability it'll have sausage as a topping? So I'll let you guys look at your tree diagram and figure out how many ways you could have sausage on your pizza. Oh, there we go. Anna, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, because this will be the last question. Probability, well, how many, well, let me ask you this first. How many of these have sausage as a topping, Anna?
I don't know. 3?
Yeah. Why is the question in you?
I don't know. These kind of questions are confusing me.
Right, only 3 have sausage according to your tree diagram, right? Regular sausage, thin sausage, and deep dish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 out of how many different pizzas could you have?
6.
Yeah, 3 out of 6.
And then 1/3.
Oh, you almost had it. And you just
Almost.
slipped on the easiest part. 3 out of 6, 1.
Didn't I say 1/3? 1/2? Oh God.
You all good there?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, yeah, I know that 10 days. Woo! Really takes a lot out of you. Yep, I know. Yep, those 10 days. All right, yep, 1/2 or 3 out of 6. Questions here, guys? Before we go, a reminder, packets are at the front entrance. If you wanted to swing by today and get one, they're there already. I can let you know tomorrow for the assignment. You're going to have to do it on Cami for me. All right, I know some of you don't like that, but that's the only option we have right now since we're not in person. All right, guys, good job. Told you 10 minutes early. We're good. I will see you guys tomorrow for the assignment. Take care, guys. Good seeing you guys back.
Oh God, he's clapping my hand.